I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. Fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm an asshole. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go on, try and say this is it, but I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid. Y'all some snakes, I don't need fruit from that apple tree. I ain't doing features or buying beats. I'm a wolf, I don't lie with sheep. I am what I am, and I can't hide my teeth. Way too many rumors, I'm like, who said it? Never met him, if he dissed me, probably about to drop a new record. I do what I want, don't matter if I get approval or not. Y'all ain't gonna cyberbully me or try to push on me until I'm becoming some dude who I'm not. Go ahead and call me a piece of garbage, make a starving artist your primary target. I'm the largest monster in the farthest darkness, I'm a closet sharp and I'm an army sergeant. If people wanna hate, then I'm grateful. It's only gonna make what I say less painful. Look at my face, embrace, I'm unstable. I ain't gonna break or shake or feel shameful. I am not playing it safe, I said what I said. It is what it is.
Hello everybody, and we are back. And so some of you guys may remember when I did a little video talking about how Washington State essentially neutered all law enforcement. No more police pursuits, no more probable, you got to have like super duper probable cause to actually stop a criminal. Cops showing up to parking lots where there's a dead body and people going, the dude who did it went that way. And they're like, nothing we can do, new law. Police chase, guy just stole a car at gunpoint, helicopters on him, following him, down the freeway. And they're like, yeah, gotta let him go. Nothing we can do. So Washington State, not a blue state. It's a very red state. We have, if you look at a map, we got a little tiny blue dot and then all the rest is very red. But that tiny little blue dot destroys everything that has to do with this state. And what they're trying to do now is take away sentencing enhancements. They're saying that even though our jails are like at 50% because of COVID and all these zero bail things and just letting people out for all these charges all the time, they just want to make it even a little more empty. And by doing that, they're going to be taking away all these enhancements. In other words, let's say you go and you commit a crime and you have a gun and you have drugs and you're drunk and there's a minor and there's all these other things. Well, they shouldn't all be added up. Okay, you shouldn't be doing time for all of these things that enhance the crime that you have committed. We gotta make it a little easier for you guys not to get, in trouble. Actual criminals, though. And while they're doing this, they're also making all these new laws out there, making it so you can't, buy a gun unless you're 21 years old. Making it so if you do buy a gun and then you end up wanting to sell the gun, that you have to make sure that the state knows you sell the gun, even though we don't have a registry in this state, but we still have to make sure that there's some sort of record on who owns everything. But, whatever. Oh, and don't forget all of the other laws and stuff that they're trying to pass, which makes it harder for law-abiding citizens to actually do anything, live, survive, protect themselves, and so on. Like, no more open carrying at a political protest. Oh, gosh, that means there's no more Second Amendment rallies. Well, there probably will be, but we'll talk about that some other day. Now, one thing that, I can talk about stuff all day long. Right? I can talk about my opinion. I can give, I'm just some guy. I'm just some dude, right, who has opinions about certain things. So just to talk a little bit more about the severity of this thing and how bad it is, why don't we listen to what some law enforcement and gun dealers had to say about this issue? I mean, they might know what they're talking about.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I'm James McMahon, Policy Director with the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs, also here to testify opposed to House Bill 1169. This legislation eliminates or waters down sentencing enhancements for dealing drugs near schools and parks, while overdose deaths continue to increase in Washington, particularly among young people. It also waters down felony driving under the influence with a child in the vehicle sentencing enhancements, while 2021 was the deadliest on Washington's roads in the last 15 years. It also waters down or eliminates criminal street gangs sentencing enhancements for criminal street gangs who involve the minor in a commission of a felony offense, crimes committed with sexual motivation, felony crimes committed with a firearm, when most recent data shows a 46% increase in homicides over the previous year and a 33% increase in the use of firearms in crimes against persons. The bill also, as you know, allows sentencing enhancements to run concurrently, and it allows all remaining sentencing enhancements to be served in the community and allows individuals to be granted early release for those sentencing enhancements. Our experience shows that criminals learn the effect of these law changes and modify their behaviors to take advantage of them. Vehicular pursuits over the last 10 months has been, I think, the prime example there. We don't think it's in the interest of public safety for the same dynamic to apply here to dealing drugs, DUI, recruiting children to commit felonies, or using guns in the commissions of crimes to be a good public safety outcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chair and committee members. I'm against this bill, and a couple things. As sheriff of Lewis County and in law enforcement for over 31 years, I'm looking at this bill and I have a number of concerns, which it eliminates the sentencing enhancements for certain controlled substance violations committed in protected zones, which is near school zones, bus stops, and for involving a minor in a criminal street gang related felony. This bill also allows for resentencing for individuals currently serving sentences that include multiple consecutive firearms enhancements. It eliminates the restrictions on partial confinement and earned release for sentencing enhancements and applies for the change retroactive to all incarcerated individuals. This will allow gang members to more easily recruit in schools and use younger kids to perpetuate crime. It will remove a major disincentive to use schools as a recruitment and drug dealing forum. What I'm basically asking is to reconsider this. I understand the equities that we're talking about, but there are certain criminals that are hardened criminals that have been sentenced for a reason. And I ask that we think about the victims that have been involved in these cases. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Good morning, committee members. Daniel Mitchell from the 49th Legislative District. As I draft the words for today's testimony, I found myself at a crossroads of bewilderment, confusion, and disdain. Often the words come easy, but today not so much. For years, this body has declared anything related to a firearm is a threat to public safety and extremely dangerous. Citizens are not worthy of responsible possession and use, but today we're here reflecting on the actual criminal use of firearms. First, bewilderment. How could this body look at the same topic with diametrically opposed viewpoints as it relates to public safety? Are not the most dangerous criminals those that are armed during the commission of their crimes? Second, confusion. Have the legislators actually forgot what their platform was? Why do they wish to reduce punishment for the actual criminal use of a firearm for the most dangerous persons in custody? Third, disdain. Do these legislators actually disregard public safety so egregiously that they can flip their argument upside down as soon as it fits the political narrative of the day? I'm struggling to find any word more powerful than hypocrisy. I thought I understood the platform of the ruling party. Guns are bad. Maybe just guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens are bad because the legislature appears to be tilting towards the criminal. How many community members will be endangered by passively giving the thumbs up to a criminal that wants to carry a firearm during the commission of a crime? This bill will hurt public safety. This bill will harm vulnerable communities as criminals obtain guns illegally and carry them with impunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich, Spokane County. I've heard a lot of testimony today about how these type of laws do not drop crime. That's a false statement. Crime has dropped since the 1990s when these type of laws were passed dramatically. What's increasing now is crimes because we're no longer holding people accountable. We talk about disparity. Here's a disparity that no one wants to talk about. 54% of the individuals killed in this country by homicide, violent homicide, are African American. There are other aspect of that is 55% of those who are committing homicides in this country are African American. We're talking about a bill that will strip away our ability to put enhancements on recruiting into gangs and dropping enhancements on being able to charge people with delivery of drugs in protected zones. All of those issues add to the dynamic that I described above. My question is, when do we get serious about gun crimes? I hear that there a lot of these are just property crimes. Well, here's an example for you. A burglary happened. My detectives catch these burglars. The individual had a gun in his pocket. That, when asked why, he said it's for the homeowner. Please do not tell me this is not about violence. I am totally opposed to this, and if you are serious about gun crimes, you will keep these enhancements.
Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the committee. Thanks for allowing me to speak to you today. I'm here to speak against this measure, particularly the eliminating the enhancements for firearms as it relates to possessing those while committing other crimes. Our communities experience a great increase in both violent and property crimes over the last year. I attribute this to the police reforms, the Blake decision, and also COVID impacts on incarceration where people are being released early. As a result, we have many offenders out in our community now, and we're seeing the results of that. I know anecdotally our local Department of Corrections is supervising 50% less people. So in short, we're dealing with a lot of more offenders out there that are being unsupervised, and we're seeing the result of that in crimes. This is not the time to reduce incarceration for criminals in the past that have been armed while committing their crimes. Possession of firearms during the commission of a crime greatly increases the likelihood of a negative outcome that can result in death and serious bodily injury, not only for the victims, the suspects, innocent bystanders, as well as first responders that have to respond to these scenes. So I strongly encourage rejecting this measure, which can only further jeopardize public safety to our communities. Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to apologize preemptively. My cat loves to be on Zoom when I am on Zoom, so just prepare yourselves for a sudden cameo appearance. So for the record, thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee for allowing me to testify, expressing my concern about an element of HB 1169, in spite of my generally broad libertarian sympathies. For the record, my name is Brett Bass. I'm a registered voter of the 21st Legislative District and a former U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Military Police Sergeant, and here's my cat as promised. I'm also a firearms instructor for Bellevue Gun Club, West Coast Armory's indoor shooting range. I'm testifying today as a private citizen. Several years ago, the pro shop of West Coast Armory, the retailer with whom I am affiliated as an employee, was broken into by 3 criminal minors who were coerced into funneling guns into a violent street gang in King County. 2 of the 3 perpetrators were caught, but the prosecutor declined to pursue charges, incredibly inviting the business owner to come and express his disappointment to the criminals in person. While we can marvel at the bad judgment of asking a business owner to reveal his identity to members of a violent organized criminal enterprise that had previously targeted his business, we can also allow that based on the totality of circumstances, the county prosecutor's office felt that criminal charges were inappropriate in that particular incident. Clearly, they were aware of facts that the rest of us were not, and prosecutorial discretion was advised. To the best of my knowledge, no adult was charged with coercing the minors to commit this crime. It is incredible that the state would respond to surging rates of criminal violence by stripping prosecutors of a sentencing enhancement for adult members of criminal enterprises who are soliciting minors to support their violent organizations. In economics, it is known that if you want more of something, you incentivize it. This move will absolutely incentivize members of criminal organizations to recruit youth into illegal activities, worsening public safety and further eroding public confidence in the seriousness of the legislature's response to skyrocketing crime. Unless Section 10, which strips this previous part, is amended or struck, I would encourage a no vote on this particular piece of legislation.
Seriously, though, like how? I don't understand. I don't get it at all. Why would you keep enabling criminals? Now, I did see a comment that said that they're trying to incentivize criminality. They're trying to reduce all these sentences and all that stuff so they can have more power to take away guns and your right to self-defense. Because, you know, if there's more gun crimes going on, then the guns are bad, right? It's not the people, obviously. Like if you ever open your door and stick your AR right there at the corner, I'll guarantee you that AR is going to run outside and go shoot people. Like it's going to do it. It's going to, I mean, apparently. because, you know, just like spoons make you fat and pencils make you spell things horribly and make your handwriting atrocious, guns go out and kill people. No, smart people. Come on, princess. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. And if there's, you know, if you get to go out and shoot somebody and then you get to, you know, go to jail for a minute and then they take your fingerprints and then they let you go, like one of the people involved in the shooting in Portland the other day, well, you know, that's fine, right? You know, if there's a mob of people going down a neighborhood down there in Portland and they're harassing people repeatedly over and over and over again, and this guy comes out and he calls them out and tells them they're a bunch of commies and that to stop being hoodlums, and then all of a sudden, you know, the ninjas that are already armed, you know, and then the fires exchanged and so on. I mean, obviously it's the homeowner that's the bad guy. Man, if you guys could see Twitter and all the people, all the absolute insanity that's going on about what's going on with this shooting in Portland. Like, it's amazing. Antifa's just all over the place going, yeah, look at this guy. He's this big white supremacist. It was all his fault. And I'm like, wait. Y'all fled the scene after you picked up all the casings. None of you talked to the police. Like, if y'all didn't do something wrong, if y'all didn't mess up and cause the whole thing, why would you do that? Why would you run away? Why would you be like, nope, sorry, officer, I'm not talking to you? Why would you interrupt the police press conference at that moment when they were going to talk about what happened? But this is the world that the Democrats are trying to create. They're trying to create this world where if you're a criminal, you're okay. They took down Teddy Roosevelt in New York City and put up George Floyd. Explain this to me. Explain to me how a criminal, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, criminal, gets a statue put up, but one of our greatest presidents in American history, he's got to go. You're going to rename Abraham Lincoln High School to something else like Maxine Waters High School? Why? This is the world the Democrats, they're trying to create this alternate universe. This alternate universe where criminals are good and the people who aren't criminals, they're bad. But there's a reason. It's so they can get more control. Because the people who aren't criminals, they're a threat. They're a threat to totalitarian dictatorships. Because just like Hitler, he needed his gangs, his roving gangs of brown shirts out there, enacting his will and creating this fear and this crazy world in Germany. And Mussolini did it in Italy. And, well, they did it in Russia. It's weird. They do it in China. They're doing it here too, guys. It doesn't matter where you live. If you're not a Washington State citizen, fine. Okay, don't think that it doesn't have anything to do with you. Because if you live in a purple state or even a pretty red state, check out your laws. You got to look at some of this stuff because it might not be happening in your state, but it might be happening in your city. You got to watch for these things. And when they come out, you got to stand up. You got to be like, nope. No, criminals go to jail. Yeah, because when they put people who aren't criminals, like Alan Sweeney, who did not shoot anybody, he shot somebody with a paintball gun, but he gets 10 years. Tiny, oh man, when Tiny gets to Multnomah County, who knows what they're probably going to be throwing like $100,000 or $1 million bail on him. And they're probably going to sit there and aim for 100 years. He didn't kill anybody. He defended himself, but they're going to throw the book at him. 100%. But if you're a rioter, nah, you're fine. You're good. No big deal. You set a police precinct on fire? No big deal. No big deal. It's fine. It's great. No, go ahead. Do your thing. If you shot a homeowner? Oh, no, you're fine, bro. It's cool. It's cool. Here, we'll write you a ticket. We might call you in, for a trial or something, and then send you to community service. No big deal. No big deal. This is a world that they're trying to create. And if we don't start standing up against it, then, well, it's going to happen. Or it's going to arrive. And people need to start standing up against this stuff because it's not good for anybody. And that's all I really have to say about that issue. I mean, I'm sure I have a lot more to say, but I'm kind of just running out of stuff. So, with that said, I'm going to end this with a couple announcements. One, there's going to be at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, there is a planned kind of telethon, tiny tribute kind of thing going on. And we're going to be, just trying to raise money for Tiny and his legal fund. It's going to be awesome. There may or may not be a special guest appearance and or testimonials from some people. It should be good, should be fun. And also, for those who are local, I put out an invitation for Joe Kent and Heidi St. John to have a debate. They are both people who are running against Jamie Herrera Butler here in Washington's 3rd District down here in Southwest Washington. And I already had a response from Joe Kent. He said, yes, he would love to have a debate/town hall forum. I have not heard from Heidi St. John yet. Hopefully I will. Hopefully she'll get back to me. And then we could do that, because I think it'd be really good. There's a lot of people locally who have a lot of questions about both of them. And I think that a nice public forum to get some of those questions answered and moderated by yours truly would be great. And I think it would definitely, clear the air on some things. And if Heidi St. John does not accept, then I'll be having my own kind of one-on-one question and answer thing with Joe Kent coming up here. We'll schedule something out. And I will put out an announcement asking if anybody wants to ask him any questions, and I'll ask those questions. Most of them, not all of them, because I won't be able to answer or ask some of them, I am sure. But yeah, so let's see. Is there any other announcements I have to make? Oh, if you used to be on my Patreon but are no longer, since I was canceled off of Patreon, then you can join an alternative to Patreon right here. Whoop, right there. There we go. That little fella, that link right there, buy me a coffee. It's like Patreon, but it's not communist. So super cool. Check that out. And I put out a video earlier today from the organizers of the People's Convoy. Definitely check that out, and their website is in the description of the video, as is their Telegram channel if you want to hook up with that. And if at the very least, if you want to support it, you'll be able to know their routes and kind of where they're going, so you'd be able to jump on an overpass or along the freeway and wave some flags and show some support for those guys. So definitely check that out. Yes. Oh, I'll take a couple minutes and respond to some comments since the meat of the program is over. Yes, 100,000 subs. You bet. That's awesome. As soon as I got my 100,000, right when they were supposed to send me my little plaque, my little award saying, yay, you made it, that's when they gave me 2 strikes in 1 week, and I had to shut it down for 3 months. So that was fun. Speaking of that, make sure you join me on Rumble and my alternative YouTube channel, which is the Common Sense Part 2, where if I get deleted, or not deleted, but if I get another strike on here again, then this channel will again be shut down for 3 months, and I'll be moving over there to the Common Sense Conservative Part 2. And of course, Rumble. So I am there as well. I'm also on Odyssey and BitChute, but I hate those, so I don't really play with them very often. But I will definitely be playing with Rumble more than any of the other ones. I also have my Truth social account created. I'm on the waiting list, so that's fun. I'll definitely announce when that gets going. I'm also on Getter. It's always the CS Conservative if you're looking for me. But number one, most important thing is to make sure you join me on Telegram, because that is where all of my content goes. Events, announcements, memes that I make, all the videos, no matter where I post them, everything goes there. So check that out specifically. Telegram. If you're not on Telegram yet, what is wrong with you? Rumble is the future. It seems like Rumble is becoming the future. I mean, they have a lot of stuff that they're jumping in on. They have a partnership going on with Trump. on Truth Social, I think. So that's cool. And Rumble has some other like big deals going on with some other things. So it sounds like Rumble's going to be around for a long time at least, and it's becoming an actual force. So that's cool. It'd be cool if, you know, my subscriber base would grow on Rumble. That would be nice. But yes. Oh, I just saw turkey bacon on the chat, and with that I'm going to have to end the stream because gross. It's nope. There's never an acceptable time for turkey bacon. Nope, never. When you have good, healthy pigs out there, you leave those turkeys alone. Benjamin Franklin wanted to make them our national bird. How dare you? Unacceptable. All right. Well, with that said, and it seems like my computer's lagging out because I'm looking at it and it's slower than I'm talking. So with that said, I am going to end this thing. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, have a good day, everybody. Share this thing out, especially if you live in Washington. People need to see it. Like, people need to know what these Democrats are doing to their states. It is ridiculous. Democrats suck. Bye, guys.
I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. Fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm an asshole. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go off, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid. Y'all some snakes, I don't need fruit from that apple tree. I ain't doing features or buying beats. I'm a wolf, I don't lie with sheep. I am what I am, and I can't hide my teeth. Way too many rumors, I'm like, who said it? Never met him, if he dissed me, probably about to drop a new record. I do what I want, don't matter if I get approval or not. Y'all ain't gonna cyberbully me or try to push on me until I'm becoming some dude who I'm not. Go ahead and call me a piece of garbage, make a starving artist your primary target. I'm the largest monster in the farthest darkness, and my claws are sharp and I'm an army sergeant. If people wanna hate, then I'm grateful. It's only gonna make what I say less painful. Look at my face, embrace, I'm unstable. I ain't gonna break or shake or feel shameful. I am not playing it safe, I said what I said, it is what it is.